Labour's Jonathan Ashworth told the BBC's Andrew Marr that the UK should have followed the US example on vaccinations, after the US president directed all American states to prioritise the vaccination of teachers. Labour MP Jonathan Ashworth highlighted Joe Biden's policy as one the UK should have followed on vaccinations. Earlier this week, Mr. Biden announced all U.S. states were directed to prioritize the vaccination of teachers, childcare workers, and school staff against COVID-19 by the end of March. The U.S. plan is part of a bid to speed up the reopening of schools. Mr. Biden, speaking at the White House, said, "Let's treat in-person learning like the essential service that it is." Labor had previously called on the government to vaccinate teachers before schools reopened. Schools in England are getting ready to open to more pupils on Monday, as Boris Johnson has said the country is starting to return towards a sense of normality. Mr. Ashworth told Marr, "We need to get all our children back in school. We told the government to set up Nightingale classrooms. They didn't do that." Mr. Marr followed up, "You also suggested to the government that teachers must be vaccinated before school or reopened. They didn't do that. Do you still think they are safe?" The Labour MP responded, "I think it is disappointing that teachers were not carved out for vaccinations. Our concern is that children will be sent home again because staff will be off sick because they haven't been vaccinated, causing further disruption to children's education. Joe Biden is actually doing it in America, so other countries are making teachers' vaccinations a priority. We didn't, but we still have to open schools. It is important for our children." The government ruled against prioritizing teacher vaccinations last week, with Health Secretary Matt Hancock insisting that vaccinating people based on their age and not their profession is the moral thing to do. He announced people aged 40 to 49 will be the next in line to get a coronavirus vaccine after all vulnerable groups and the over 50s are covered. Mr. Hancock defended this position following criticism from police figures and teaching unions. Boris Johnson has urged the public to stick to the rules as the government follows a cautious roadmap to ease lockdown. However, the UK's largest education union has accused the government of failing to put adequate safety measures in place ahead of schools reopening. The National Education Union has called for a phased return to schools in England, similar to the process in Scotland and Wales, where whole year groups are returning separated by several weeks.